Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It's your guide here, ready to break down the fishing forecast for the United Kingdom for the week of the 24th to the 30th of November 2025. This week looks like a real mixed bag, friends. We're staring down the barrel of some properly chilly weather with moments of calm that could trigger some serious feeding spells. Why is this week so special? Because the transition into colder, more stable winter patterns is beginning, and if you play your cards right, you could be rewarded with a true fish of a lifetime. The fish know winter is coming, and they'll be looking to pack on weight before the lean times. That, my friends, is our window of opportunity. Let's talk tactics, starting with the king of the river, the pike. As the water cools, these predators become much more active. The key is finding the bait fish. Look for them holding in deeper, slower-moving water around features like drop-offs, submerged trees, and the mouths of marinas or tributary streams. The pike won't be far away. For tackle, a sturdy spinning or bait-casting setup is essential. In terms of what to offer them, this is the prime time for both lures and deadbaits. A slowly retrieved large soft plastic lure in a natural color can be deadly, but don't underestimate the power of a static deadbait, like a mackerel or sardine fished on the bottom. It gives off a strong scent trail that a big, lazy pike finds hard to resist. Next up, the humble perch. These guys will be shoaled up tightly now, often in the same deeper areas as the pike. Their metabolism is slowing down, so you need to present a bait right on their noses. This is where finesse tactics excel. A drop shot rig with a small 2 to 3 inch lure that imitates a small silverfish is my go-to method. Fish it slowly with lots of pauses, just letting the lure hover and twitch a few inches off the bottom. Another brilliant tactic is using live bait like maggots or worms. A simple float setup or a light ledger rig can be incredibly effective, especially when fished near structures like bridge supports or undercut banks. The key is to find one perch and you've likely found the entire shoal. Finally, let's not forget the chub, a true all-weather warrior. These fish are incredibly resilient and can be relied upon to feed even in the coldest conditions. In late November, chub will be seeking out slack water away from the main flow, where they don't have to expend too much energy. Look for them in creases, behind fallen trees, and in deep bends of the river. When it comes to bait, chub are famously greedy. My absolute favorite bait for winter chub is a smelly cheese paste or a big piece of bread flake. Fished on a simple ledger rig with just enough weight to hold the bottom, these baits are almost irresistible. Be mobile, spending about 20 to 30 minutes in each spot before moving on. Bites often come quickly if a chub is present. Now for the conditions that will dictate our success. The weather this week will be quite variable. We're starting the week with some cold but clear conditions, with temperatures dipping below freezing at night. Expect air temperatures to hover between -2 and 7 degrees Celsius throughout the week. The atmospheric pressure will be relatively stable at the start of the week, which is generally good for fishing, but we'll see some fluctuations with approaching rain systems towards the end of the week. Winds will be light initially, but will pick up, bringing a mix of rain and perhaps even some sleet or snow by the weekend. These changing conditions can either switch the fish on or off, so you have to be ready to adapt. The water temperature is, of course, a critical factor. It will be dropping steadily now, likely sitting somewhere between 8 and 10 degrees Celsius in most still waters and slightly lower in the rivers. This cooling trend slows the fish's metabolism, meaning they feed less frequently, but often take a bigger, more substantial meal when they do. This is why larger baits can be so effective at this time of year. Let's look at the moon phase. We are moving from a new moon, which was on the 20th of November, into the first quarter, which occurs on the 28th. This means we will have a waxing crescent moon for most of the week. Many anglers believe that the periods around the new and full moons can trigger increased feeding activity, particularly in predators like pike. It's definitely something to keep in mind, especially for those dusk sessions. Overall, the fish are transitioning into their winter behavior. The aggressive feeding sprees of autumn are becoming less frequent. They are conserving energy, so our presentations need to be slower and more precise. The cold will concentrate both prey fish and predators into specific areas, so once you find them, you can have a fantastic day's sport. So let's break it down day by day. On Monday, the 24th of November, I'm calling it a good day for fishing. We'll have partly cloudy skies, light winds, and relatively stable pressure. The fish should be actively feeding after the weekend. Tuesday, the 25th of November, looks excellent. It will be sunny and cold with very light winds. These classic, cold, crisp days can be superb for predator fishing. Wednesday, the 26th of November, will be average. Conditions turn overcast with a chance of light rain, and the pressure will start to dip. The fishing could be patchy. Thursday, the 27th of November, will be good again. We have more light rain forecast, but a slight rise in temperature might get the fish moving. Friday, the 28th of November, which is the first quarter moon, looks tricky. It will be mostly cloudy with a moderate breeze. This could be a day for a single, opportunistic bite. For the weekend, Saturday, the 29th of November, will be tough. The chance of rain increases and it will feel quite raw. Fish will likely be less active. And finally, Sunday, the 30th of November, I'd rate as average. We could see a mix of rain and possibly even snow. Fishing in these conditions is for the dedicated, but a big fish is always possible. There you have it, friends. A challenging but potentially very rewarding week of fishing ahead. Get your warm gear ready, pack a flask of something hot, and go make some memories. As always, tight lines and, of course, neither a tail nor a scale. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me in the comments below. What are your plans for the weekend? What have you been catching lately? I love reading your stories. Share your observations.